As a business owner, would you say that your team is your dream team? Do they perform at a top-notch level, thus enabling you to go out and find new clients? Or, unfortunately, more often the case, are they producing okay work, but they do make mistakes that do require your direct involvement? And thus, you're having to spend more time in-house than you ought to be, and you're not developing business as rapidly as you would like. That's why I started this 5-part video series entitled The 5 Keys to Building Your Dream Team. This is the 4th of those keys. And today I want to really focus on what you as the owner can do once you've hired your new candidate. I want to talk about the onboarding experience. I want to talk about your delegating skills. And I want to talk as well about your coaching skills. Let's look at the onboarding experience. You know, the most excited day that new employees have is the very first day on the job. They're a little nervous. They don't know what to expect, but there's also excitement. They have left an employer coming to you because they saw great potential in you helping them advance their career. So they're coming in with high expectations. So can you imagine how they feel if on that very first day they feel somewhat neglected, that they're not looked after? Unfortunately, I find this to be all too common, that business owners have this attitude of, well, we've made the hire, so let's get back to work. And so they haven't mapped out and really thought through the onboarding process. Nobody knows that they've made a new hire. They don't know the person's name. They don't know what position the person's going to be doing. There's no plans for who's going to lunch with a new candidate for the next 3 weeks. There's no plan in terms of what their skill development will be. And so oftentimes they're feeling neglected. Well, can you imagine how that would feel if you're coming in excited and you're leaving on the first day feeling neglected? That's not a feeling you want to have your new employee have. So you've got to really spend a lot of time thinking through, what's my onboarding experience going to be like? The second thing I want to talk about is your delegating skills. You know, top performers are looking to advance their careers, their skills and their careers. Top performers are expecting that you have confidence in them or will develop confidence in them and will delegate work to them, because that's how they're going to learn. They're going to learn by doing. But unfortunately, I find a lot of business owners have this attitude of, well, you know what? I like doing what the business does and I'm good at it, so I'm going to keep doing it. Nobody can do the work as well as I can, and thus they don't delegate. And so you have these top quality people sitting around looking for work to be doing to take on some additional responsibilities, but you're not giving them any responsibilities. That's not a recipe for long-term employment with these top quality people. After a while, if they don't see you having confidence in their skills, they'll leave. So recognize that. And in order to build a strong team, you've got to start delegating to them. You know, the ideal is that you build a team that runs the business so that you can be out developing and growing the business. Oftentimes, I find that's not the case because owners don't like to delegate. And related to that is the third thing I want to talk about, and that's your skills at coaching new hires. You know, new hires come in and they're looking for you to up their skills. They're looking for you to help them develop what's necessary for them on their journey for their career. And so they're not expecting to come in and sit around and not see you often. They're looking for you to coach them. They're looking for you to not necessarily make it easy for them, but they need to see that you're helping them where they want to go, their destination. And that oftentimes means, you know, figuring out who they really are and what do they want and what can you do to help coach them to develop the skills that they need to develop in order to have the career that they're looking to have. So these are the 3 critical areas that I find to be essential once you've made a hire, and making sure that new hire stays with you. Because you sure don't want to have to go back out in the job market because your new hire has left after the 3rd month. It's costly and very time consuming to do that. So spend some time creating an onboarding, developing your coaching and your delegating skills. Beside this video is a link to my online calendar. Click on it and let's schedule a no-cost 30-minute strategy session where we'll look at each one of these 3 areas as it relates to you and your business, and we'll come up with some ways to become more effective in those areas.